Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Sorry, I'm on a few minutes late. I had a coffee this morning, and when you're highly sensitive, the coffee can make you nauseous sometimes, but it's like Russian roulette. Will it make you nauseous today? Well, it made me nauseous today. But I got to bed late. So my apologies for jumping on. Sensitivity is a double-edged sword. You have psychic ability, but any little thing can make you sensitive. Now, I never believe in any mistakes. Spirit is always talking to us. We always want to know, how do you start off the reading? Well, I was sitting down ready to start the reading when I got nauseous. So Spirit says, well, I think that you're dealing with a person that's highly sensitive. You're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. Now, we know sensitivity can make us moody. Why? Because certain times too much noise is overstimulating. Certain foods irritate us when they don't normally irritate us, or sometimes they don't irritate us. So it's like you never know what you're going to get. Now, you're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. Now, what creates sensitivity? Inheritance, ancestral karma, as well as if you grew up in an environment that was very overstimulating, right? Because there's a spirit part of self, and the spirit part of self is a God part of self that you and I are connected to right now. It's made up of unconditional love. That's the energy of the universe. That's the energy that God gave us, our God given energy, if you want to say. It's the energy of the universe, again, because the universe is God, and that energy is unconditional love. So the shadows that we create are parts of ourselves that we've detached and disassociated from, we've rejected because we're looking at them from a perception that makes us feel like there's something wrong with us. They're either imbalanced, not good enough, not having enough. We all know that when we're working and if we're working a job that we're not getting enough money and we're not getting appreciated, how that makes us feel. We also know when we're in a relationship and someone's not making us feel loved, right? Anyone can make us feel that way if we're wounded. If we are not wounded, they cannot make us feel that way. You may say, well, that person makes me feel, but truth of the matter is, it wouldn't bother you. See, you're a mirror of who and what comes into your life because the universe, its job is always to get you back to your original God-given energy, which is just unconditional love. So, like I said, no one could do that. I feel like you're connected to someone that's highly sensitive. You're highly sensitive. And that means any day it doesn't know. It's not always the same when you're highly sensitive. It gives you more creative energy, because you don't think the same way. You don't feel the same way every day. Your perceptions change. It makes you smarter. Really, highly sensitive people are smarter because they're more thorough. They internalize a lot. And that means they're thinking about everything from every single perception. And that's why they're smarter, because they're like, oh, I see what other people don't see, and so again, but sometimes what we see is overstimulating. So we'll see how that energy ties out. I never know why Spirit gives us the reading that it does or why it starts the readings off. I just know that I'm glad that I don't have to figure it out. The logical, analytical side that has to figure things out. No, the spirit part of self does that part for you. Only in the now do you get divine guidance, though. Remember that, because there's always a spirit inside of you. And these readings are to help you transcend the limitations of your mind, because there's many different realities that play out at one time. When you're dealing with the karmic, however, you're stuck in a perception that is always keeping you in a place of limitation, inadequacy. Again, any energy that's derived from fear, which, again, that's not your energy. Person couldn't make you feel that way unless that there was something. All right. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, obviously it has a therapy style to it. So So you have to be open to getting a shadow reading. You have to like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's just good karma. You always want to do that. Keep the comments coming. I need them. They're my fuel. That's my wins, right? Again, you always tell Spirit, how do I know that I'm on the right track? And Spirit says, when you see those wins are, oh, it's working. I'm seeing the result. We need that. If we're children and we don't get that, then unfortunately we wind up not having a very good self-esteem. It's again, your environment creates your reality because you create habits and behaviorisms that are in alignment with your survival. Psychological and mental survival are just as important as physical survival. So again, you are the alchemist of your life. So again, if you do want to enter into winning a free reading, like the video, subscribe to the channel, where the video will always be in the comment bar. No, description box. You will write the word of the video in your comment bar. I'll write the word winner underneath. Somebody asked me yesterday, why do you write the word winner underneath the comment? Because you're the winner if you choose to get a free reading. Then you need to reach out to me through email. Now, all readings are done live on YouTube. However, you can send me your questions the day before, but I don't need them. Usually I just channel and all your questions are answered. The reason why Spirit does it that way is because I'm a healer. And you wouldn't heal if you had to tell me what you needed healing in, because most people know what they need healing in. They don't know how to fix it. They don't know, again, what they're doing to create the imbalance. My job as a healer is to tell you, not for you to tell me. So there's always the awareness, which is, hey, how am I contributing to the imbalances in the connection and what created them? Not because it's a blame game, but because we have to bypass the reptilian mind that says, oh, wow, I don't want to change. Where did it come from? Give me proof. So you're giving it proof. And then the subconscious mind, the reptilian mind says, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. What are we going to put in place of it? Because you just can't get rid of that. Because then we're nothing. And if we're nothing, we're dead. So imperfections are better. Defective, not enough is all better than nothing. So if you don't put something in place, I will place nothing on there, and then you will attract that nothing, which is the same energy that you've been attracting. So again, the art of transmutation is important. People don't realize that energy just doesn't dissipate. It's again, you're an energy body. People can feel when they stand next to you what your energy is. You can tell if someone's happy, sad, whether they're lying, whether they're not lying. And everybody can do this if they tap in. Some a lot easier than others, but we all have a spirit part of self. We all have a higher self, and that higher self's language is claircognizance, clairsentient, which is I can feel it. You're not fooling me. I see, So understand that energy needs to be integrated. Otherwise, it creates tension in the body. It affects your cells and your organ tissues, and it's what creates cancer. Everything happens in the spiritual realm long before it happens in the physical realm. You are the creator of your life. By the time things manifest in the physical realm, Spirit says, we've been walking around with this imbalance a lot. And you know what? You're not learning. You want to suppress with your alcohol. You want to suppress. You want to run away. You want to do. And you don't care about the failed relationships. You don't care about the lack of financial abundance. You don't care about. So you know what? Fuck you. This is what Spirit's saying. Just never says fuck you because it never gets angry. It just says, fair enough. Bring on the imbalances. Bring on the pain and suffering. So again, then we say, oh, why does this happen to me? Because we have to live in alignment with the laws of God, the laws of love, the laws of nature, the laws of the universe. Guess what? They're all the same thing. And they're all inside of you. And that's your navigation. The word of the video. It's not a good one. It's shame. We don't like shame. You know why? Because that means you're dealing with a person that doesn't like who they are. It's, again, someone that conditions themselves to think that they're bad. And if we think that we're bad all the time and we're ruminating, it means that we're ruminating on the past. A lot of times we're stuck. We're stuck in the past. And it's we're not coming from our true self. Our true self is a higher self. It's that all-knowing, it's the God part of self that connects us to each other. And so we know when we're on the right track. This person doesn't, like, is they get so overstimulated because they don't feel good about themselves. So every situation that they go into, that hey, there's an opportunity, where they can receive some sort of love or recognition or abundance, they get in their own way. This is called the psychological reversal. So you may be connected to somebody that you're like, I don't know, everything that they do, they're starting to piss me off. Like everything that they do, because it's like, what are they deliberately trying to, annoy me? Yes, because the person's not emotionally intelligent. You see, they don't want to be vulnerable, so their language would be to trigger you, like a first grader that sits in front of another first grader that they have a crush on, and they pull the person's ponytails, or they keep kicking them or doing something, which it's like, why are you hurting me? Well, because a little boy wants attention. He but it's again not confident enough to ask, embarrassed. Well, same again, person gets stuck in that level of consciousness that you're like, are you like an adult? You're such a child, childish. Yeah, and so that's what you're going to see, because person down deep inside doesn't feel like they're worthy, don't feel that they're good enough. Shame is an energy that's really taught to us. When we do something wrong, it's like you should be reprimanded and punished, but there's a way to do it. So again, if a person grew up in an environment where they were told all the time, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. No one would want you. You should have never been born. And so this would be ancestral karma, inheriting the way that a person deals with their stress due to the perception of how they see themselves, not strong. So this is the energy. And so, like I said, it's not a good one. You're going to see like, well, what the hell is all this? They deliberately go out of their way to like hurt me, to like project their shit. Well, the spirit's part of the way of clearing itself is to project. So when you're in a relationship with someone that you have feelings for, but they continually make you like trigger you, well, spirit's saying like you have blocks. They have blocks to love, and you see it because they're getting in their own way. But why are you attracting? Well, because you have blocks in love. You're a mirror of who what comes into your life. So I'm trying to tell you, you'll be like, but mine doesn't look like that. And spirit says there's only two energies, love and fear. It's like, I'm sorry, if you don't like know who you are, and if you give too much and you undervalue yourself, it all goes in the same pile. Love or fear. That's it. I don't like to say, oh, that's only a little bit or that's a lot, unfortunately. So this person, again, just didn't listen to you. Like, I feel like again, this immature energy, a person likes you. What do? They ignore you. Why? Because it's, I want you to give more attention. I need for you to like reassure me that, you desire me. I want, because of how I feel about me. I don't really think that you would like me because I don't like me, really. I see the imperfections. So I don't want to say that you like me, but you really don't like me. And I just made this whole thing up in my head because, hey, it's like, so I'm really unsure of myself. This is the energy. So I'm going to ignore you. And I know that that would hurt you. And then you would, again, have a conversation with me, which is completely ridiculous. It sabotages the connection. So right then and there, right out of the gate, right out of the gate, we didn't even get past the front door. And it's like, and this person is already strategizing. Again, not coming from the heart, coming from the survival reptilian mind, which, again, we know is all based on past experiences. Abuse. I feel like you felt like it was abusive because this person, when you didn't respond because you knew what they were doing, because your intuition is like, You think that I don't know that you have feelings for me just because you're not talking to me? It's an energetic thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's just, I know it. It's like, and also because you wouldn't be checking out my profile. You wouldn't be asking people. You wouldn't be stalking me. You wouldn't be trying to get a reaction from me unless you cared. See, you wouldn't even be ignoring me fully. You're doing what you're doing to get a reaction. So I'm purposely not going to give you a reaction. Well, then this person would have to take bigger measures, and that would be to try to manipulate you. Again, where you were like, well, I'm tired of this abuse. It's like, no matter what I do to try to get you to give more, and understand this person has already dated people. They've done this game before. They're strategizing. If they don't think that they're using their intuition to see what they are, they're not using it to be vulnerable. They're not using it to be transparent. They're not utilizing it to build a relationship because they don't really feel that they're worthy of it. So, shame tells us that. It's like, I'm bad. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. Are they conscious of it? No. You're probably dealing with someone that's really cocky, which is what the real mind screw is. Because you're like, okay, like, what you're showing me is not there. It's like, you're delusional. And it is, the person begins to live more from that. Again, what did I tell you? Self-righteous. I said you would be dealing with someone that was caught, because they're not going to act like, I feel bad about myself. They're going to overcompensate. Second chakra imbalance, no individuality, right? So again, I'm going to create the illusion, the facade of who I want you to perceive that I am, because if I show you who I really am, you wouldn't like that. So we're not going to go there, because I'm sure of it, because I wouldn't want to be a member of a club that anyone would have me as a member. That's how this person thinks. But they're going to judge other people really harshly, never admitting that they're wrong. They're going to put themselves first in everything. You can see very selfish energy. Again, survival. And then you're like, so then what the fuck is the point of the connection again? And you felt unsafe because I felt like psychologically, like almost like that this person would like deliberately talk to other people in front of you to get a reaction. That's what I mean by unsafe. Like emotionally and psychologically, you're like, I feel like you'll do anything to get a reaction. You'll do anything. You're like, the way that they play is like they never give up. It's like almost like they're in a competition, like who's gonna, and it becomes ugly, because then that's what the focus is on. The focus isn't on building a connection. It's actually what destroys a connection. And they were taught this. Shame is when we're taught this. It's again, I'm going to punish you. Oh, you're bad. So I'm going to punish you. You didn't get that good grade. Oh, you're talking to someone that I told you not to talk to. I told you not to wear that outfit. I told you not to date that person. I told you not. So again, the imprint, the parents always usually have the best interest at hand, but Spirit always says you have to know where it came from, the imprint. So it's not a blame game. It's again to say, why would I attract a person like this into my life? That's so difficult. That's making things so difficult. So Spirit would say, well, you got to look at your like family dynamic, because that's where the imprint comes from. Then the karmic theme is what continues to play out. So again, if the person you dealt with a very difficult parent, they just never wanted to see things on your terms, that challenged everything, that again, instead of creating love and nurturing, you felt like I'm in a competition where I have to continually like prove to this person because they don't trust me. But understand that that parent didn't trust themselves. So again, anxiety. So now you're dealing with a different form of anxiety, but it looks the same. So Spirit's just saying, well, you never learned how to deal with that energy. You just want you to know, so you run from it, or you don't, makes you feel like there's something wrong. So you need to master it by doing something different. You can't run from it, because this person, as well as your family, didn't mean, again, how they made you feel. They wouldn't have done what they did if they didn't love, that it just, God says, I only look at intention, because it didn't come out right. Just like when you baked that cake the other night and it just, no one wanted to eat it because it looked like a pile of shit. Well, that you meant well, but no one wanted to eat your little shit cake. It's like it didn't come out good. It's like you get to do a do-over if there's real unconditional love there, though. It makes us surrender our ego, teaches us forgiveness. We know that that's been a theme the past couple of days. So let's see what this person really thinks. I feel a sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond the physical attraction. It needs to be elevated, however. To the expression of deep unconditional love right now is just in passion because I haven't come towards you. You see, I haven't given you that emotional connection. I haven't done that yet. You see, I get caught up in the physical, because I feel safer there. Because it's a little bit like fantasy land. I get to pretend who I am and that things are actually going to work out. But do I know how things are going to work out? No, that this person. So it's like there is attraction. There's a desire, and spirit says, listen, I have to make this person heal. What do you think? I'm going to bring somebody that they're not sexually attracted to? No, I have to dangle the carrot. You're the carrot. It's like, I'm the carrot. It's like, well, it's like, what am I getting in return? Spirit says, well, we'll get to that through your inner child wounds. I can't fully be there for you as long as this other person is in my life. I know it's hard for you, but I have to go through this experience in order to heal it. I feel like this person, and we've been getting this too lately, that somebody has been connected to somebody else and has been struggling to leave that person. And not because they love that person, but because they're codependent, because they know they're not strong within themselves. Everything goes back to shame. Everything goes back to shame. So this person grew up in an environment where they were shamed. They got out of that situation to only wind up with a person that shames them. Again, and they shame them because this person doesn't love them. The person that's connected to you does not love them. So it's a way of manipulation. And because after a certain amount of time, we have to get to a place where we say, well, you know what? I'm deserving of love, where this person doesn't have to do anything. It's like there's a sense that maybe it's going to be easier. We know that when a person is coming from shame, that they're a little, they're strategic. So why do they feel that they have to be connected to this person? Well, money. Again, I believe that the karmic is doing things to make it look like they're together, but they're not together. And your person's like, I need to go through this because this person can really hold my fate in their hands. Why? Because they were codependent from the start. They were insecure. And this karmic has never allowed them to elevate, because if they would elevate, they wouldn't be with the karmic. That's why. So they've been conditioned in an environment to believe certain things about themselves, which cement that original core belief that was formed in childhood. Again, and the theme is shame. And here it is, you're connected to this person and you're like, I know that they don't want to be, they live a separate life. Yeah, the karmic doesn't care if they live a separate life. You're going to pay me. The money is going to keep coming here. It's still going to look the way that it does, that I always win. So what? They go and screw other people. I don't care. They're not going anywhere. But it's up to, again, the person that's connected to you to rise up. This is why they ignored you. They couldn't really give you anything either. It's like, as long as this karmic's there, they can have a one-night stand. They can, again, get a wham, bam, thank you, man, because they are not getting emotionally anything from that karmic. And the karmic's like, I don't care. It looks like we are. And that's enough for me. So we know that the karmic doesn't have any identity. Their identity is, again, the illusion of whatever they're creating. And your person that's connected, unfortunately, is the same. Just because one's dominant and the other one's afraid, it's you're still creating it. And here you are. I feel our energy merging together as if it has a life of its own. So again, this person knows who you are. It's like they've tried to walk away from this connection. they've tried to not think about it. They've tried to squash it. I believe that Karmic has told them that you just better, you're forbidden to go to that person. You are forbidden, because the Karmic knows that there's someone there, because they're not getting anything, nothing emotionally, where normally I feel like this, your person is someone that's very sweet. They tend to just do nice things to do. So now that, your person's like, no, I'm deliberately holding back because I don't want to be with you. I'm just not confident to leave. So I'm doing passive aggressive things so that you make me leave. That's just making the Karmic mad and saying, well, I know that someone's there. And then your person's like, I can't help it. I can't help what I feel. It's like the energy always merges together. We're going to become one again. I can't help it. And that's oneness. It's spirit. It's God. It's the energy of the universe. That's what this Karmic is fighting right now, because your person can't help it. And then again, the universe saying, I have to bring like your person, someone, like some things to make them rise. They're on a very low vibration. So you're one of those things. But you're like, but it's triggering me because I'm not getting enough. And Spirit says, we'll get to those wounds in a second. It's like, but understand, Spirit's saying, there's shit happening right now that you don't know. It's happening on the etheric layer. It's happening on the spiritual. Like you don't see it. It's like, I've hurt you and I'm sorry. I hope that you can forgive me and understand that I was reacting from a place of fear. Again, this person has time. It's like they don't know what to do. They're like, I've been stuck in this shit forever. That's what I feel like. I feel like they've tried to leave this person for a very long time. And then they get confused. Because that Karmic makes them feel guilty. And then they get confused. Guilt for love, which only brings them more shame, because in order to stay in that connection, they have to live out of alignment. They have to get their passion from other places. They don't want to be present anymore in that connection. So that they're drinking and they're suppressing. And the Karmic all the while doesn't care. I don't care. You're not going towards that person because I know that person's waiting for you and I always win. I always win. So this is this person's energy. Like a real asshole, like you just somebody that doesn't have an identity at all. That's like, my identity is this person and this life that I've created that people think that it is. I don't care if people think that my person cheats on me. I'm the one walking around with the fur coat and the diamonds. I'm the one that's driving the car. I'm the one. So it's the ego. And so Spirit is like, oh, hold my beer. Like this person's got to go. It's like, so I'm going to bring in their twins. It's like, because this person really thinks who they are. They've been controlling the situation for years now, knowing damn well that this person would rather gnaw their arm off to get out instead of stay there. Like a caged animal. That's what they feel like. They feel like a caged animal ready to gnaw their arm off to just get out of that cage, because that Karmic knows they don't want to be there. They don't care. Their mission is to like make you perceive that something's happening. And so I feel like your person is having a lot of anxiety, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You know why? Again, look, our mission is to be unconditional love. Clearing our programming is necessary part of opening our hearts. Like Spirit saying, it doesn't matter what this Karmic does. No one can take what's yours. This person is healing, regardless of whether this Karmic knows, but the Karmic is exposing themselves because, again, your person feels like a caged animal. It's like, they're like, I'm so miserable. It's like, this person has full control over me. I have no identity. And Spirit says, well, you did that to yourself. Did that to yourself. Oh, you don't know how you got there, do you? Well, let me expose this person a little bit more. Just hold back. Oh, you're having a hard time holding back? I'm going to bring your twin flame right over here. They're going to sit right here, right outside the perimeter, staring at you. And you're going to be staring at this person right here. And you got something to compare. And they see The karmic saying, oh, that person's manipulative, that person doesn't have any money, that person, and your person's stalking you, and they're seeing and they're like, they're not telling me what to do. That's not true. That's not true. The karmic's exposing themselves the whole time, like seeing all, like the whole while they're getting so mad that they're exposing themselves. All the lies, all the betrayal, all everything to keep that connection together for the years and years and years and years, where I feel like your person had a loyalty towards that person, but it was almost like guilted. So again, the programming of shame. You need to stay in this bad connection because you're a bad person. Like you have obligations here. You have obligations. You're going to walk away from everybody, from everything to be with this person, everything that we created, everything that this karmic made sure to create. Well, if you do that, there's going to be consequences. So your person doesn't do anything. They look like they're not doing anything, but they're not giving this karmic anything. And that's why this karmic's like, you're holding back so someone's there. And they're like, no one's there, even though there's someone there. But I feel like your person's protecting you from this karmic, to be honest with you. That's what I feel, because it's like that karmic is getting more and more and more and more angry, but they're exposing themselves. And that's what spirit wants. Spirit's like, the person that's connected to you is a little dense. You know, again, they have such a low self-esteem that's, you know, we need to make it like really have this person be able to see. And by you holding back, lets this person like really observe you without you saying, you need to make my decision to pick me. You're not doing that. Where this karmic's like, again, is caging this person because they're fearful. They know that they don't want to be there. They know, but they're like, again, it's more like the ego. You're not going to win. Like you're going to win. And spirit's like, this person like is delusional. You are my true love, my heart, my soul. Like, again, spirit's like I'm going to show this person exactly who you are and who this person is in order for them to really be able to see. And they're like, I can't help it. It's like, this is, I can tell. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, which is making this karmic so jealous and so angry, because they're not saying, oh, I know that there's someone else. They just say, you're not my person. I know you're not my person. And they're like, no, this is the way that our relationship is. We're just like this. We just love the drama. You and I have always been like this. Yeah, because the whole time they've been manipulated. And so to the point that they're like, no, I don't want this. And the karmic is like, yes, you do. This is what you want. This is what you need to do. This is what, and the guilt and the gaslighting and getting in with the family and really creating the environment that this person really was like, I feel obligated, but I never really felt like I was supposed to belong. Yes, it didn't mean that they didn't have good moments, but it wasn't like, you're my true love. I know you're my true love because I tried to walk away from you. I tried to squash this. And obviously, it would be easier to stay with this crazy person that, you know, they obviously know that there's going to be consequences, you know, but their way is like, I'm just not going to do anything, because eventually this karmic they knew was going to like do it. They want the karmic to do it, which is kind of wrong, because it's like they're like afraid. They almost feel like maybe you'll go lighter on your sentence to me again, or you won't try to ruin my life if you're the one that walks away, which I don't think so. We are alchemists. We transform fear into love and light into shadow. I mean, that's what this connection's all about. And what, like, so even though you don't see anything, Spirit's saying, again, like this person being able to see the difference, the karmic really exposing themselves, your person really feeling like, I want to get out of this connection. Like, why am I here? Like, why? Like, how did I get here? What, like, why is life look like this? Don't listen to other people. Trust yourself to know the truth. This person, again, that's, they are kind of realizing I need to like not listen to anyone, because I'm starting to realize that this karmic is full of crap. and that, it's all about guilting me and shaming me into doing what they want me to do. They're finally starting to get it. But that's because, again, here you are, you're not like giving this person anything, I feel like. Our love will manifest through the union of heart and mind. Expanding those areas allows us to grow, meaning there's still a psychic connection. They're like, I still feel you. And you're like, and I still feel you. And it's like, but you're not doing shit. You're just sitting there. And spirit says, oh, well, no, things are going on. You don't think things are going on. Yeah, they look kind of stupid, just kind of sitting there. I get that. But it's like they're comparing. It's like, understand this karmic's been attached to this person for a long time, guilting them, manipulating them with the same guilt and manipulation that their parents did. Again, making them really feel as if they're responsible. When we shame someone, we're making them feel bad. We're making them feel bad. And then what does that make a person do? To change, to usually give in, to please the other person because they don't want to feel that energy of shame. Well, the person's not doing that. They feel the shame that they've always felt and always acted on, but they're not doing it. They're comparing you to them, you to them, you to them. And they're like, it's almost like they're shocked, they're hurt, they're mad, because even though there wasn't passion between these two, they had built up what your person thought was a friendship. So again, they felt like they should honor this person and care due to the length of the connection. But now they're seeing the whole time you've been manipulating me. And so you want to make me forget about the person that I have feelings for, but I can't. And the truth of the matter is, Spirit says, as long as there's an ESP connection through the heart and mind, you're going to manifest each other. How do you manifest? Through the thoughts that you think and the emotions that you have, heart and mind. Spirit says, this person, love always wins. This person is an imposter. They're an imposter. That's what they're starting to look like. They don't, like, your person's like, I don't even know who this person is that I've been with, who the karmic is. And the karmic is getting more and more and more emotional because they also see that they're destroying the connection. They're almost like getting more and more mad and not caring, which is what the universe is trying to do. Wants this person to expose themselves. Because they're like, their ego's too big. They just think that they're always going to win. They think that they own people. The universe says, that's out of alignment, 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 out of alignment. And it's been going on for how long? Oh, about 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Oh, it's about time. It's about time. This person's miserable. And it's getting worse. The karmic is always one. When this person has wanted to leave, they can't do that now because this is a real connection. This is a real twin flame connection. And that the universe deliberately did that. So the karmic is losing their mind. They know this has got to be some fucking connection. This has got to be, because I've done everything and everything and everything and everything and everything and everything to make you surrender back to me, and you're not doing it. And so the universe is like, and they never will. Anymore, because you just exposed yourself. And in exposing yourself, you ruined a lot of other friendships. You ruined a lot of other things. So this person that you're connected to doesn't even have the life that they used to have, because the karmic wound up destroying that life. I'm walking home to you. I'm not sure where I am on the path, but I'm coming back. It's like, this is this person. They're like, I'm coming back. It's like, I'm not staying here, just so that you know. It's like, this karmic doesn't know. No one knows. I'm not going to say a damn word, because it's, again, I'm realizing I'm surrounded by somebody that, probably has spies everywhere. It's, again, someone that I can't trust. So I don't know what else this crazy person's going to do. And I don't want them to actually come towards you, because, again, they're threatening. It's like, because they've tried to control everything else and nothing's working. So, well, if I destroy the person that you care about, well, then they'll hate you. It's like, because I'll lie. Like, this karmic is crazy. It's like they've completely exposed themselves. They've completely gone manic. I know in my heart that we're going to be together one day, and that helps me trust. Let's keep working on ourselves. This person is trying to work on themselves, even though it may look like they're not. It's like I said, it's the realization that they've been living a lie. This person is trying to heal their inner child again, which is what I said when their parents couldn't be there. We have past life connections. Memories are surfacing either consciously or so this person again is getting help subconsciously. So again, doesn't look like anything's happening, but they're like a lot's happening. It's like, so let's see, what are they ever going to get off their ass and get away from this person, or are they just going to be shocked forever? First, again, that's what happens. It's the shock of, I thought you were this person. I can't believe that you betrayed me. I can't believe, like, and really the karmic just now saying, I don't give a shit that you see who I am. Now you see who I am. I was able to trick you all this time, so you're still stupid. And guess what? I'm going to, just put obstacles in your way now. So I'm exposed. So what? It's like where, now your person's like, well, now that I know that you really don't care at all, and that you just want the facade, like, I can't be with you. Like, I can't even fake the funk anymore. It's like, I'm not going to be in a dead connection, So now it's getting ugly. I feel like I can't stay connected. This person knows that they're the one that brings the meat and potatoes home. It's like they want love, and they're not getting it from this karmic, and nor do they want it. And now that the karmic exposed themselves completely, so they're like, no. It's again unions of opposite. Reveal again. The mask is off. They're transforming. Again, that what they did, it overshadows. The person has lost their power. The karmic has lost their power. The karmic is putting some blocks in there. The person's getting support from other people, but this person's revealed. It's again, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, even if you weren't there, this connection is over. Like Spirit said, oh, I made sure that it's going to be completely over, because this karmic has been manipulating for years and years and years and years. Like, that's why they were so confident. They knew every button to push here. Oh, so again, but I had you holding back was the right thing, because I was able to reveal it again that this person lost their power. And boy, is that karmic flipping out now. You can imagine, right? I feel like a lot of bipolar energy going on there. Getting it, like, it's almost like this person is gonna, like, it's good. They're gonna like literally have a party, literally. I feel like, but they know who they honor. They honor you, and it's again. And I do feel like that they're gonna have an event, or they're gonna find you at an event. But it reveals who they should honor. Is what Spirit's saying. But I definitely feel like there is going to celebrate when they get away from that karmic. And it's almost like it's time to play. It's time to play. It's like it's almost like this person, I feel like, is going to take a little time out to, do a little bit more healing. But really they're going to go into the connection of fixing it again. And I feel like just a time where you guys play together, but really I think it's a time where both of you get to heal your inner child. Now we know that our soulmate twin flame comes into our life because we have wounds, and those wounds are deep. They happen in our childhood. So one way that the soulmate twin flame heals is they play together, and then again they do things together. They wind up becoming best friends. They wind up finding balance, learning balance, because again they were both shown that unconditional love was not unconditional, that it was transactional, that it was, again, it was shame. It's like, unless I am good, then I get love. If I'm shamed, I do not get love. So again, you're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. This person had shame. When we pull your cards, we're going to see, but this is what Spirit's saying, the first part of the connection. So they are going to fix it. They want to fix it. Like I said, fixed, says it right here. Like the stubborn energy is gone. It's to heal the inner child. And it's a time to learn. Really, it's a time to relearn, but it's learning spiritually through that. Love is gentle, love is kind, that love is about forgiveness, not holding the score. We know Corinthians, well, it's again that you're learning those. That Spirit says by embodying the consciousness, and that only happens when you play together and you're friends together. And that was where it was imbalanced. This person was not friends with that karmic. It started off with passion and then it nosedived into nothing. And that karmic's been trying to get it back to that passion state that lasted maybe a month and a half to 2 months for 20 years. Because maybe they produced a child, again, birthed other things. So this karmic has tried to keep it alive. And out of guilt and remorse, your person has done it, but it's like they don't want to be there anymore. So again, with you, they would have to do things completely different. And Spirit says, well, it's a time to like play. It's a time to explore. It's a time to like to fix what has been broken. It's a time also to, like right now, this person is like isolating and they are going within, again, more healing. So this is what's happening. And they will also do this while you both will do it when you're in the connection. It's a time of healing and a time of reflection. And that we reflect, we learn, and we grow. And Spirit says, all to help you to see a new perspective, okay? To help you balance your energies, to help you rise above, to elevate, right? So to help you balance, to help you ascend, to help you see the new perspective of what love is. It's like, oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, I get mad at the person, but the person forgives me. They don't abandon me. They don't shame me. And it's again, they're learning the higher consciousnesses. This person had to go through this experience with the karmic in order to see what a healthy relationship was, because they were so guilted, so shamed into believing that was normal, that that's what they thought. And really, Spirit says I needed to show them a different perception so that, the mind games could stop. Again, this person has been like suffocated. It's time to destroy that energy. And it's a time of recovery. And that's why whatever you see, this person's getting strong enough to come to you right now. They're doing the healing. So you're like, they're not doing shit. And Spirit's like, yeah, I know, that's what it looks like. But they actually are. It's like, this karmic is exposing themselves, and in that it's everything is about seeing the different perception, the perception of, wait a minute, this is who I've been connected to, this is like how I've been living my life, this is the difference between a real connection and a karmic connection, this is what I'd have to do. It's again really being strong within themselves. So this person knows that they're coming back. But they don't know where they are on their journey, but they are coming back. And if it's a real divine connection, understand they're going to come back in divine time. They're going to come back in the right time. That Spirit says, because you're not healed either. And we look at your inner child cards because it's like, well, what's the whole point? Like, why would I connect to someone so weak? And Spirit says, well, again, if you didn't believe that you were deserving of unconditional love, if it was familiar, if you were always on a rescue mission, there's always a reason why. We're going to look. Good to see you too, Annette Williams and Diane. All right. Confusion, first card out. Naive, second card out. Love, third card out. Misunderstood. overwhelmed, isolated. And one more, inner authority. And then I want to pull two more from the others. Da, da, da. Oh. Let's see. Let's just see. Bright horizon and untethered spirit. So let's see. So what we see here is, I feel like you grew up in an environment that was very overwhelming. It's again, and it created confusion because our parents are supposed to create support. They're supposed to create safety and love. But if your parents were very codependent, if you had a parent that was an alcoholic, if you had one parent that was doing everything and one parent that wasn't even there, anything can create overwhelming, because when a child is young, they absorb the emotions of their parent, whatever their parent is going through. This is how ancestral karma and family karma is inherited. It's that we watch and we observe, and whatever's happening in the environment affects us. So watching your mom be in a connection with an alcoholic, someone that never emotionally shows up, never gives, will affect you. Understand that, because you're watching it, you're embodying it. It's almost like as if you went through that experience, and it's what's familiar. So it's the overwhelm and confusion that love is difficult, and that you didn't really feel loved. You didn't feel that support. Now, that doesn't mean that they didn't do the best that they can do. Everybody does the best that they can do, but you have to take into consideration what was going on collectively and what did your ancestors go through. So again, if they're taught that they're not deserving of love, relationships are hard. And what did you connect to? You connected to a person that doesn't believe that they were deserving of love. They're realizing it now. They're awakening. Wait a minute, I'm deserving of love. I've been living like I'm not deserving of love because I've been shamed, guilted, manipulated. And Spirit's saying it's, again, growing up in an environment where you're shamed, guilted, and manipulated also is going to create a lot of confusion, because you're like, these people are supposed to love me. They're supposed to support me. Instead, I'm confused and I feel really misunderstood. And whenever I have to go through anything, I'm doing it alone. That means healing. I go into isolation. It's like I feel like I don't have anyone. I'm not supported. I'm not loved. Where Spirit's saying you were. It's just they were caught up in their drama, their trauma. So they couldn't give you the love and the nurturing that you needed. So again, you were taught that you were bad because you were misunderstood. Why were you misunderstood? Well, sometimes I would need things and I would, be seen as a pest, or I would be seen as, acting out, or I would be seen as, when really you weren't. But when you live in an environment that's very imbalanced, it distorts the perceptions of our parents. Understand they're living in their trauma, right? They're living it out. So it's not uncommon for the child to create triggers and then the parent projects their anger that really should be going towards the partner, the person that's not showing up for them, but instead it goes on to the child because the parent has already tried to talk to their partner about showing up and not drinking, not having affairs, but it's like nothing's working. So the child then is what inherits that parent's trauma of no one shows up for me, where Spirit says, well, that was seen almost because that parent couldn't show up for you because they were stuck in their trauma about the fact that their partner wasn't showing up for them. And that happened because they grew up in an environment where they saw that their parents, again, didn't have a good relationship, but there was a war going on, that person, there was a depression going on. It's not that they didn't love. They did love. It didn't look like love sometimes because people were stressed out, Spirit says. So you have to go back through that and integrate that. And that happens through these two cards, where Spirit says it's about creating a new experience, a new life. So during separation, envision a future filled with potentials and opportunities. See your own genius. You can only see your own genius if you're embodying it. And that's through your creative energy. That's through your passions and your hobbies and your interests. I always tell you that every single reading. It always goes back to, do you know what you love to do? Are you embodied in what you love to do? Are you giving and receiving that love, which are your talents, your passions, the things that stir your soul up? Are you giving time to those things? Because the universe will conspire to make a way where there is no way. So again, the brighter horizons are the fact that you've lived, possibly just very safe, and have continued to see the same types of relationships, right? Which is, I always get people that emotionally don't show up, or people that are insecure, people that play games. There's always that same negative energy. It's like, in Spirit says, well, it starts with you. It's again by, you have to envision and then like a different way, and that's only to embody it. It's that we transmute that negative energy. Otherwise, oh, we just know in our mind. Spirit says, I don't care that you just know. I want to see it. You're in physical form. I want to see it. So again, it starts with envisioning it. And Spirit says, you just live authentically and bold, unafraid to be yourself. Live loud. Be true to you. Again, you were brought up in an environment where you were told that you shouldn't. You were shamed. And I understand you always had strong intuition. Spirit says, inner authority. You know what's right. You know what's right. So it's, again, don't be naive. Don't be naive. Like, again, be true to you first. The kingdom of heaven's inside of you. If you can imagine it, you can create it. Be the expression of unconditional love by doing what you love. The universe will conspire to bring you everything what you need. This is how we transcend the limitations of our mind, from the experiences that we live that keep us stuck in a place of limitation. Spirit says, don't do my job. Do your job. Again, be like childlike. Become the expression of love. Do what you love. Be love. This person will rise up, but you're teaching them. You got to teach them. They've been observing you, comparing you from the karmic. Remember, they were more like the karmic's energy, even though the karmic's like seedy and manipulative and evil. Spirit says, guess what? Negative, scared, stupid is the same energy as manipulative. That's why you always see a manipulative, evil person with a bunch of stupid people. Remember the Slytherins from Harry Potter? The one that was very smart and everyone else was like, okay. Like, it's like because they follow the crowd. Spirit says, the person was a little too stupid. It's, again, 20 years or 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, however long, too stupid. I had to literally compare and spell it out and have everything for this person to not be scared anymore, to be like, I can't stay here. I literally can't stay with you. It'll never go back. And the Spirit says, so for the both of you, it's, again, don't become somebody else. Don't dummy down like to what someone else wants. Be true to you. The kingdom of heaven's inside of you. You imagine it, you can create it, become it. Again, have a love affair with yourself. Understand the universe already knows what you want in your life, including other people. So part of life is just about evolving, but you have to evolve in order to shed the old you. And Spirit's saying, and through that shedding process, through the fact that this is a twin flame, that passion and that fire, and through playing together and learning through the act of displaying what actually unconditional love is with each other is what transmutes those blockages. So Spirit's saying things are happening. It's like, it's again, it's maybe not on your watch, but your watch, you got two sets of time. The things that you want needs to, hurry up. It should have happened yesterday. And the things that you don't want, you're like, I'll get to it. So Spirit says you're all in balance when it comes to time, and there's no such thing as time in the spiritual realm. It's during divine time. Spirit saying, and that's my time. So you're going to have to stay in a place of faith. Remember, faith is the bridge that connects you to what is sown to what is reaped, right? Reap to what is sown, whatever. Like it's what you plant. Spirit's saying. So you have to be patient, and that might be difficult, but again, that's what you're healing. You're healing that, and that's again getting into the higher states of consciousness. So it's not going to look the way you want it to. So one last message from the divine, because that's what these cards are. The universe is divine. Like I was telling you, God is divine. What does it want us to know at this time? Being that we're making a way where there is no way right now. And Spirit says, creation. You have the power to direct your life with a constructive attitude. Create what is best for your soul. Firmly believe that you can transform and improve your inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into an affirmative action. This is what I'm talking about, the transmutation process. Action. That's what Spirit says. I need to see the grounding part. In order for it to really heal, for you to heal, you need to embody a different consciousness. Everyone that heals their mind but doesn't go through the same experience and see a different outcome is not healed, Spirit's saying. So it's again, you want to turn your outer world to those higher consciousnesses that you just learned. That's what this person is doing. That, but right now they're again getting those higher consciousnesses, right? So that they can take action, so that they can embody that new consciousness. And Spirit saying, and you too. It's again, what you perceived was love because your parents didn't give you that love because they were, again, codependent, wrapped up in their own stuff. Spirit says, your idea of love was wrong. That this person is not supposed to come in and make you feel so fulfilled. Spirit saying, you need to do that for yourself so that when they come in, you're already whole, that you're already like living your best life. They're just coming in and adding to it and teaching you through, again, being a good partner. So again, you need to be on a certain level. They need to be on a certain level. And so Spirit's saying every thought into an affirmation action, act in the image of God, which is just unconditional love. Do it again. That means forgiveness towards the people that don't really deserve it. But Spirit says, if you want to be forgiven, you need to forgive. And also you need to, it blocks your energy when you don't forgive. It lowers your energy. If you don't forgive, you're angry. It stagnates. Again, your body is your mind's faithful servant. When you hold on to anger, it affects your adrenal glands. It changes the constitution in the physical body to an acidity environment. That is what causes cancer. So again, we know people that have rage and anger, they can't let go. They don't go to the bathroom often. Or they go to the bathroom, but they have problems going to the bathroom. Where Spirit is saying that's going to cause problems later. So again, everything happens in the spiritual realm. Spirit says, this is what's happening now. That's what you should be working on right now. So that, again, you can become the energy of unconditional love. That's the only reason why this person's coming into your life right now, to help you and you to help them. And it is a divine connection. And it is mainly because Spirit's saying this person that would never get away from that karmic. That karmic is tricky. They've been doing this for 20 years or 10 years. They're very cocky. Believe me, they know every button. It's again, they were living from that real lower energy. What do you think the devil is? That's it. I'm going to control. I'm going to dominate. I'm going to victimize. I'm going to bind you to that trauma of childhood to keep you stuck. Where God says, everybody knows that I won. I always win. But again, there's a process for it to be done correctly so that this person never goes back. And that's, again, the karmic exposes themselves. I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonate. Thank you. Totally over it now. Here's what, yeah, well, that's what it is. It's like, I feel we always have free will to choose. But if it's a real twin flame connection, that person's going to come back and they're going to humble themselves. They're going to apologize and they're going to work towards getting back into your life. Now, that a lot of times, soulmate twin flame energies, they don't stay forever. It's a very difficult type of connection. You're dealing with someone that's your complete opposite. It's not that they're your other half. There's no such thing as the other half. It's just you're blocked where they have gifts and vice versa. So you come together to create balance, to help heal each other, healing through this fact of unconditional love, even though that this person's triggering the crap out of you. But through those triggers, you're transmuting that energy into purpose, into birthing something. And so is what Spirit's saying. And then a lot of times the relationship doesn't last forever. It's a very important connection, and it's to help really heal and transform those really deep wounds that, they're those wounds are what are stopping you from your abundance, blocking you from unconditional love. And Spirit saying, I can't have that forever. Like your job is to always evolve back into your natural God-given energy, which is unconditional love. So if it stays there too long, I have to make situations play out. And if they go ignored, you're going to get physically sick. So again, it's about learning. It's all about learning and evolving, but it's always your choice, regardless of what the readings say. In this story, I believe that it's really not, it's undetermined. This person's coming back, but really you're both in a place of healing, and so anything can change. This person thinks that they're coming back to you. Let's see how you feel. I feel like that sometimes that there's a part of you that feels that the chemistry between you guys needs to trust that the energy you share will bring us back together again, so that there's a part that's like, again, knows that this is a twin flame. And I feel like as they surrender to their, as you surrender your 3D expectations, they'll surrender their 5D connection. So again, this displays the opposite. Remember, like what I said, it's like, this person is very logical, analytical, connected to the earth. You're spiritual, you're intuitive, you're again more connected to the 5D, where Spirit's saying, like, that's the issue. Like, one navigated so logically, the other so intuitively. They have gifts, but it's, again, I'm both. Spirit says, I'm God, I'm both. The universe is both, made up of both. It's like look how it's blocking you. Look how it's blocking them. So again, comes together for a short period of time, but it's, again, through fun. So again, what we saw is that this person's going to come back, and it's going to be a lot of inner child healing through the act of playing and integrating those higher consciousnesses. And really, Spirit saying there's really won't be any expectation or of the connection, because it's like, if you had it, you probably wouldn't be with this person. And it's just like for a time to heal. It's like this person comes in for a time and changes your life. It's a very impactful type of connection. But because of the paradoxes, I wouldn't say that it's forever. All right, I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.